Hi everybody, my name is Jim and this is the Lake Effect Gardener. Today's the day the tunnel gets finished. So come with me into the garden and I'm going to show you the last bits and pieces that need to be done before the tunnel is ready to go and fully functional. I'm beat. I'm not gonna lie. So the last video that I put out, which was part 2 of the Polytunnel, was Saturday the 20th. So it was the first day of spring. Glorious weather. So I worked literally from dawn to dusk. You can't let this type of weather, once it arrives, you can't let it pass you by, especially because this is the busiest time of year for gardeners, I feel. So I worked all day Saturday. Today is actually the next day. Today is Sunday the 21st. So I'm pooped. But again, it's another beautiful, gorgeous day, so I cannot let this one pass me by. So what I need to do now is I need to hop into my car, head to the big box store, figure out what I'm going to do for lumber. I kind of have some ideas written into my plan book. I'm going to take my time because I want to be able to do this right and not overspend or, get too much lumber, or too little for that matter. That would be horrible. And then we're just going to head out into the garden and get at it. I'm going to probably be out here all day again. I don't care because it's just another glorious day. So buckle up, my friends. This is it. The last one you'll see, hopefully ever, of me assembling a polytunnel. I hope it's the last one. All right, here we go. So I just got back from a big box store for my second and final trip to buy lumber. Apologize if I'm a little winded. This is the day after I built the base, although you're not going to be seeing it the day after. But, oh, my aching bones. Anyways, so what I ended up purchasing for the rest of the structural parts of the tunnel and for the cleating, I decided to just go with this because lumber is it's so expensive. I bought this 2x2x8, okay, and I bought 2 bundles of 12. So I have 24, which is going to be more than enough for what I need. Before I go any further, I need to clarify something. I made a big old boo-boo on the last video. I was saying that the lumber that I purchased for the base was 2x2x8. No. It's 2x8x8. Yes. So it's much more substantial than this. I have to say though, I'm a little annoyed. So you can see here in comparison, the 2x8x8 that I purchased for the base, look at it in comparison to the stuff that I bought. Okay, it's pretty close. If I were to measure this, it would probably be 2x10x8. Just the same, 2 bundles of this. This is what's annoying. 2 bundles of this equaled the price of 8 pieces of this. They got you. They got me. Okay, you're paying for the convenience of having it cut. Unbelievable. So, never mind, I'm not going to dwell on it. But that's why I decided to just use this for everything that I have left to do on this tunnel, because lumber, as I said, is not cheap. So, I'm going to take you over to the tunnel. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to be doing with these, and we will go from there. Okay, so the first bout of lumber is going to be running down the ridge like this. Okay, I want to make sure that every single one of these hoops are secure. And what I'm going to do, since I have the means to do so, is I'm going to be drilling holes at the very apex, I guess, of the hoop, I'm going to drill the holes using my diamond tipped drill bit. And then I'm going to use the washers with the neoprene rubber on it. And I'm going to literally, it's going to be stuck. Okay. It's going to work really, really well. I'm not going to use this piece. It's a little, this will be used for the flashing because it's a little warped. Okay. Then also what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be building the door frames. So I'm going to have one on either side, kind of like this. Okay. And then I'm going to have one going across like that. And then also I will be using, I'll be using the screws as well, just connecting it directly to the tunnel. And I'll do that on both sides. And then I will also be using this lumber to create the door frame for this door, okay? You might, I do have another door that I'm going to be using, okay? A door that I had on hand for the other end. I'll take you over there in a little bit and show you what that's all about. But I'm basically going to be building this door frame out of these. I bought some braces to go on the corners. I want to make sure that it's a really, really sturdy door. And I'm still kind of toying with the idea of whether or not I want it to open outwards or open inwards. I'm thinking I might do open inwards because of the snow situation here in Buffalo. Sometimes opening outwards won't work because unless I dig myself out, which I really, any more shoveling that I have to do, I really don't want any part of it. So I think the decision will be to open it inwards, I should say, on both ends. And then I can, I can use a stake or I can use some kind of an eye hook system where I can keep it open. So yeah. That looks like to be the plan that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to take you over though to that other door. I want to show you what that's all about because it's, I don't know, it's one of those things. Don't throw anything away. Don't. You never know when you're going to need it. So here's the door that I'm going to be using in the back of the tunnel. So this will be kind of like the exit door, if I may. This door is actually kind of original to the house. It's nothing to look at. It's very, very utilitarian. It's not aesthetically pleasing in the least, but I just want to show you that this door originally was all the way back. Okay, that exit door in the back of the garage, that's where this door was originally. And I don't know if maybe if you saw one of my videos of the, the evolution of the lake effect garden, on the back of the garage, there used to be a workshop. Okay, rather big one. And that doorway where I had put the other door, which I had on hand, was the entrance into the workshop. This was the door to the workshop. Okay, there used to be a pane of glass here. It broke, unfortunately, but that's okay. Not a big deal. But it's really a good size for the back of the polytunnel. Good news is, it's wide enough that I can get the wheelbarrow in and out. Perfect. It's not a terribly wide door, but it's wide enough. Now there's all these, the paneled wood here. I'm going to take that out. The frame is a little big. I'm sure, not big. It's not. It's almost a little too tall, I'd say. But I don't know. Since I'm opening from the inside, it might be just the right height. Anyways, I need to put some cross beams in here, and probably here. And then, once I get the top up, I'm gonna, cut the plastic, etc., etc. So it'll be good. I think the thing that sounds ridiculous, but it's really the coolest part about this door is my grandfather built this door. And even though I don't like to throw things away because I know that I'm going to reuse them, I mean, that was something I definitely took into consideration when I had taken it off the garage. I just kind of think, oh, my grandfather, built this with his own hands. So now it's going to have a brand new life on the polytunnel. And I know he'd be pleased with that. So, yeah. So that is going to be the other door in the back. I'm looking forward to hanging it. It's not very thick. Okay, it has about the same thickness of lumber. It's an odd size, but it is 2 inches. So it may not, I think it's a little bit thicker than 2 inches this way, but it's definitely 2 inches this way. So it'll be a close match. I want to make sure that the ridge pole that's going down the center is going to be as close as possible when it comes to me drilling the holes. So I'm going to use this jute twine as kind of a I don't know what you'd call it, a guide. I want to make sure that it's as approximate as possible so that it's not all crooked when I put it up, when I drill the holes, I should say. So I'm just going to run this tightly from one end to the other. I want to make sure that it's at the absolute top of the arches where it's the tallest. All right, so should have brought scissors out here. I'm going to pull it really, really tight. All right. So that looks about good. Move this over a little bit. And okay, that looks about right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab my ladder and I'm just going to go hoop by hoop. I'm going to drill a hole in the center, and then I will be able to attach that ridge pole all the way across. Now before I do that, I want to make sure that these are going to be really, really straight and really, really sturdy, okay? There are a few of those pieces that I bought that are a little bit warped. The warped ones that I bought, I'm just going to save, put them aside, and I'll use them as the flashing or the cleats at the bottom, because then I'll be able to, you know, push it into the lumber and they'll straighten out on their own. But definitely for something like this, I want to make sure that everything is really, really straight, and so that it will help bolster that structure. I don't want any bows or bends or anything like that. Ooh. I'm just praying that this ladder doesn't sink into the mud. This is a little awkward, but let's give it a go. Yeah, I keep sliding about. This is going to take me a hot minute. Do I need to go higher? Oh, I think I do. Ooh, boy. Not good with heights. Okay, there's the first pilot hole. Eek. I'm going to get on with the rest of these, and I'll show you what they look like when they're done. I hope I don't fall off a ladder. Okay, the ridge pole is up. I'm pleased. It is a little piecemeal-ish, but it's going to do the job. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing any kind of bracing here. You know, I was honestly trying to kind of do a rough, walking backwards in mud is not easy. I was trying to do kind of a rough in of what it might look like. Let me just show you what I mean. I have these two pieces of lumber here. And I said I wanted to kind of bolster the middle hoop. Something along these lines. Like this. But I don't know. This could be kind of an aftermarket thing. I don't have to do it right away. it's really the doors and the ridge pole that I wanted to get in today, but tell me what you think. Do you think I should put these support beams in? I mean, look as I'm walking through it. Okay. And then take a look at it as it looks in the tunnel. I don't know if I'm a fan of it. I don't know. I don't know if I like this. I kind of like the idea of walking into the tunnel and just seeing nothing but open space. I don't know. Well, let me know in the comments below. Do you think I should do the structural beams here, or do you think I should leave them out? I'll be interested to see how you guys, what you guys suggest, and let me know, why. I'm not saying that, well, why on earth would you want me to do it? I just want to know why you think it would be a good idea versus not. Just let me know in the comments box below. What's next? Well, it's time to get the doorways built. Okay, the first doorway I'm going to build is actually going to be the far one because the door is pre-measured. So I've got to make sure that everything is set. I'm going to, and just to give you an example, I'm going to drill holes, okay? I'm going to run the structure down to the base, okay? And then I will do a cross beam here, to create the door frame. And then hopefully the door will fit right over it. That's the goal. All right, instead of making you, endure fast forward mode through that, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. In fact, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do both doorways, and then I'll show you what the door in the back is gonna look like, kind of like a dry fit. I'm not gonna actually fit it because I gotta take the plywood off of it, so here we go. All right, I'm done with the doors and the extraneous framing. So these doors are, they're simple. Nothing crazy. I added these brackets here in each corner just to give it some strength. And then this is the old door that I reused. And it's nice. Here's my shadow. Sorry about my shadow. I can't really help it. I liked this at the bottom. I kept this little piece of wood here. It kind of reminds me of like a kick panel on an old door. That's going to look really nice. Yay! Well, the last part is now throwing the cover over top of it. And once I do that, I have to do some taping of the parts that may have holes, may have zippers and whatnot, and then I'll be cutting the doors out and cleating it all in, and then I will be done, for this part at least. I can't believe how much better it looks with the doors in it, honestly. What a difference. What a difference. Okay, everybody, it's all done. Oh, so I got the cover over it, which wasn't difficult at all. I actually had no problem with it. It's one of those good things about being tall, I guess. But it went over with ease. So you can see on either side here, and I apologize the shadow, but it's getting later in the day. I added some tape, and I'm going to do the same on the inside. I haven't done it yet, but before I lose the light, I just wanted to show you. So I did some tape here, and these were where those zippers were. So it's Gorilla Tape. It's not going anywhere. So let's go around the back. What I love is the fact that you can see the ridges, which means that the cover is very, very tight, which that's good. That's a good thing. We always want that tight cover because then it'll be easier for snow and rain to fall off and it won't pool. So here is the new door, the new back door. And you can see I just kind of cut the plastic around it and stapled it in. I'm going to cleat this in as well. I'm so tired that I'm starting to make mistakes. So anyways, so the doors will open inward. Okay. And I'm just thrilled. I actually made the front door the same size as the back door. That way I could keep the beds, you know, a little bit wider consistently. You know, more growing space. Absolutely. Why wouldn't I? Okay. And again, really tight. Tight like a drum. All right. It took me about 2 days and a couple of hours, but I ended up putting this piece of wood down. Now, I think what I'll end up doing is either building a ramp here or some kind of a step system where I can get a wheelbarrow in and out. I'll most likely go in from the back only because, you know, I had to dig the base into the ground, so it's a little bit lower. So that might be my port of entry. So it's a couple more steps, big deal. But I am just so thrilled. I've been waiting so long to put this up. Now, I'm not by any means done. Like I said, I still have to build the beds inside, and I want to do some stuff to make this tunnel not look so utilitarian. I want to give it some character, make it pretty somehow. So there we go, my friends. The polytunnel is back up, which means I can start getting my seeds started a little bit earlier. I can get them in here. And yeah, that melon challenge, it's been in the back of my brain for a while now. So now that I have this up, I can concentrate my efforts on that. All right, let's go into the shed. I need to sit down. Oh my goodness. It's done, finally. And I am beat, just completely beat. I'm going to sleep so well tonight. I hope I don't sleep too well. It's ready to go. I'm so thrilled. I think the doors turned out really, really well. I love how tight the cover is. I'm just overjoyed. Now everything that I do from here on out is just going to be, you know, getting things ready on the inside. But what I'm gonna do is when I get home tomorrow, I'm going to go in there and I'm just gonna see, because we're supposed to have another warm, gorgeous day tomorrow. I'm just gonna see how warm it got in there. I'm really excited about that. So I hope you enjoyed what you saw. I hope you're all as giddy as me about it. It's been a long time coming. And I really, really hope that this will do the trick. No more windstorms or anything that's going to take care of that. So I'm pleased as punch. Now, the next video you're likely going to see from me is going to be hashtag Transatlantic Melon Challenge. Jane and I will be doing our sowings. We'll be doing them separately. But I will be posting that next for sure. I think along with that, because we're getting on, it's nearly the end of March. The 27th is a Saturday, so it doesn't leave me very much time. I'm going to add with that sewing video, I think, a quick tour, just so you guys can see an update. I'm going to be doing I'm going to be tinkering a lot out in the garden and doing a lot of different things. Now that the tunnel's up, I can start redesigning, replanning, etc., etc. And my goal is to make it look a little different from February. Of course, there isn't any snow, so it's automatically going to look different. And I hope it stays that way. So, until Saturday, I hope you're all doing well, enjoying the weather out in the garden, or just taking a walk. As long as you're out enjoying everything that Mother Nature is throwing our way, it's glorious. You can't beat it. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you real soon. So long.